Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Choco Millionaire. I hope you're doing fine. In today's video, we are going to talk about whether you can change a visitor's visa to a study permit in Canada, especially if you are currently visiting Canada. We'll talk about that in detail. I've actually done a video on this. I also interviewed a lady who came here from Nigeria on a visitor visa, and she was able to change from a visitor's visa to a study permit. If you're watching this video, you might want to bookmark this video, or you might want to save this video just because the information here could prove pretty important to you. You may also see me also in an outfit, which is very unusual, with an inscription on here. So I'm going to make sure you can actually see what is written on here. So I'm wearing a branded shirt here from AfriEx. The guys at AfriEx, I want to appreciate all of you, Balumi and the team at AfriEx. Thank you so much for sending me this beautiful souvenirs here. So today I am representing AfriEx, which has Africa in there, AfriEx, right? And I'm going to tell you about AfriEx, and I'm going to tell you why I am actually on board with AfriEx to, on this beautiful mission. So AfriEx is truly African. And if you watch my video, you know that I'm all about Africa. I want Africans to do well, especially in a global context. One of the challenges that faces Africans is moving money around. It's difficult moving money around the world. If you're in Africa and you want to move money from Africa to the Western countries, it's so hard to do. Now we have quite some, companies coming up and trying to help here. Now, if you also want to move money from the global north to some parts of Africa, it's also the hardest thing to do. So when I heard about one of the co-founders, Mr. Tokbe Alabi, who is Nigerian and also a software engineer, that they've been able to create something that is truly African and seeks to solve one of the key problems facing Africans, which is moving money around the world. And then I sat down and then I looked at the model they have and what they're doing. And I said, man, this stuff is good and it needs to be supported. It's amazing. I love what AfriEx guys are doing there. Now, you may be wondering, so what is AfriEx all about? AfriEx is your passport for sending money worldwide. In other words, the ease of moving money from one place to the other, it's just amazing. Think of it like your number one money transfer app, which makes movement of money so easy within a snap. That is AfriEx. And I'm proud to say that this is the brainchild. This is a beautiful product coming from our own African brother, Tokbe Alabi. Tokbe, thank you so much. You and the guys at AfriEx. I love what you guys are doing. I'm so excited. Look, my wife already has this app on her phone. Me, myself, I have it on my phone. My whole family, we're on board the AfriEx business. And we want to do our best to promote brands like this, which are African brands that are doing amazing stuff because they truly understand the problems and the complexity of the issues facing the African. So AfriEx is available on the Play Store. It is also available in your app store. All you have to do is to just go there and download AfriEx money transfer app. And then when you download it, your country, your sending country will be right. I'm going to briefly run you through the list of countries that you can send money to. Canada is definitely one of them. You can send money from Canada to a host of other countries using the AfriEx app. And AfriEx is free. Now, if you send less than $10, there is a charge for $1. If you send less than $10, you get charged $1. But anything from $10 and above, there is no charge at all. And the maximum you can actually send in a day is $3,000. You heard me right. There are a bunch of companies out there that will limit how much you send to as low as maybe, less than even 1,000, some of them 200, some of them 300, right? With AfriEx, you are able to send a max 3K on daily basis, Charlie. That's big, 3K. And if you even want to send more money, all you have to do is to send an email to the guys at AfriEx by sending it to hello@afriex.co and let them know that you like to send more money. They're going to review that. I'm pretty sure the compliance team there will take a look at some few things, and then they will let you know if you can actually send more than 3K. But just imagine you can send 3K and beyond, a maximum 3K on your AfriEx. It's free to download. Download the AfriEx app and start using it right away. The process is pretty simple. Within minutes, your money is dropping right there. I know you guys want a bit of information on the visa stuff. We are going to go into the details of that. But for now, let me just run you through some of the things you need to know about AfriEx, which countries you can send the money to, and all of that. Tokpe Alabi, one of the co-founders and the CEO of AfriEx, thank you so much. Thank you so much for putting something like this. Truly African, we're supporting this because it truly addresses some of the issues facing Africans when it comes to moving money. So which countries can you send money to? You said we can send about $3,000 on daily basis or in a day through AfriEx. Now, which countries can we send the money from, and then which countries can the money go to? If you want a lot of information or more information about AfriEx, you want to go to their website, www.afriex.com. You have a lot more information, which will probably be more detailed than what I'm even sharing here. But let me just run you to some of the countries you can send the money from, all right? So if you are in Belgium, watching me right now, you can send money from Belgium through AfriEx. All you need to do is download the app. If you are in Canada, you can also send money from Canada. You can send money from Germany. You can send money from France. You can send money from Ireland. You can send money from Italy, Italia, mamma mia. Our guys in Italy there, some of you just go there and you have some few, euros here and there, you want to move the money, you can do that using AfriEx. You can also send money from the Netherlands. You can send money from Romania. You can also send money from Spain. You can also send money from United Kingdom. You can send money from the United States. So if you're counting so far, that's about 11 countries, isn't it? And you're still adding. The guys at AfriEx are working so hard to add a lot more countries. In fact, their agenda is to make sending money so easy, like that passport that can let you travel to over 200 countries within, with no restriction, no proof of funds. That's their goal. And I trust these guys. Tokpe Alabi himself, who is a software engineer, great guy, an amazing guy. I took a bit of time to look into him. He's an amazing guy by our standard, doing an amazing stuff here. So guys, let's support the AfriEx brand and let's make sure that we actually get our families out there living in different parts of Europe to actually send money using AfriEx, all right? Now, so which countries can I also receive money? If I have people living in Belgium, Canada, Germany, France, Ireland, Italy, Netherlands, Romania, Spain, United Kingdom, and the United States, where can I receive the money if I want to receive money through AfriEx? First, you will receive the money from Cameroon. If you are in Cameroon, you can receive money. Cameroon, big up to all my followers there or my subscribers in Cameroon. You can receive money in Cameroon, or of course, my own country, Ghana. You can receive money in Ghana. You can receive money in Ethiopia. If you live in Ethiopia, you can receive money via AfriEx in Ethiopia. If you live in Ivory Coast, big ups to Ivory Coast for qualifying to the finals there. It's going to be a West African affair. Ivory Coast and Nigeria, the Eagles, are going to go against the Elephants, and we're going to see who will actually be triumphant there. So if you're in Ivory Coast, you can receive money through AfriEx. If you are in Kenya, you can receive money right in Kenya through AfriEx. If you are in Nigeria, of course, you can also receive your money there. This app is by courtesy of Tokpe Alabi, who is Nigerian. If you are in Pakistan as well, you can also receive money in the Middle East if you are in Pakistan. And of course, we are not forgetting Uganda. If you are in Uganda as well, you can also receive money all the way in Uganda. So these are the countries there. Don't be surprised by the end of this video, by tomorrow, you see a lot more countries getting added because the guys are working amazingly, all right? Now, let me talk about an aspect of AfriEx that I really like. So traditional money transfer, you have to hook up either your debit card, and some of them will allow you to use your credit card and then you wire the money. So it comes from your bank account through your debit card and it goes through, all right? Some of them will allow you to use your credit card as well to send the money. But what the guys at AfriEx is doing is actually beyond this. First, with AfriEx, you can actually send money using your debit card. So you sign up, you download the app, and then you upload a piece of ID. We're going to go through the list of IDs in a moment. You download the app and then you add your ID there. And then when you get all set up, you get to add your bank card or your debit card, and then boom, you begin sending the money right away. But beyond that, they've introduced what we call the wallet, what they call the wallet. The wallet is basically like money in your wallet, like online wallet. Think of it like your Momo wallet, your mobile money wallet if you're in Ghana, or your M-Pesa wallet if you are in East Africa, your M-Pesa wallet, right? So aside from the debit card that you hook up, your bank card, you also have an AfriEx wallet, which is pretty cashless too, right? And the idea behind this is that with the AfriEx wallet, you can actually think of it like Bluetooth or WhatsApp. You can literally send the money to somebody from wallet to wallet, wallet to wallet transaction. And I was blown away when I got to know that you can actually send money from Canada to the US and also from the US to Canada. Okay, you didn't hear me right. I live in Canada. I'm a Canadian citizen too, right? Guys, it's difficult moving money even here from one country to the other. It's difficult. It's a hassle, right? Some people have to use different, Cash App and different platforms just to send money, and it's quite a hassle. So when the guys told me that, look, aside from the debit card thing, we have this wallet system that also works that allows you to kind of just send the money from your wallet, not your debit card, your AfriEx wallet, to another person on the other side, say United States, and they can also receive it on their wallet right away. And when they receive it, they can choose how they want to use it. They can choose if they want to cash it out. They can choose if they also want to use it to send money to other people, maybe in different parts of the world. I said, whoa. In fact, I had to ask them over and over again on the phone, like, you really mean somebody from the US can send money to me in Canada through the wallet? They say yes. I said, okay. Me in Canada, I can also send money? They say yes. And guys, this is just the beginning. You can call it a revolution. I think it's a game changer because this idea is actually being implemented in different parts of the world too by AfriEx. In Europe, very soon you guys will also be able to move money within Europe like this through AfriEx. And remember, when you're using it, remember this coming from Africa and Africa. You know what I mean? It's amazing. Now think of this. In case this is mind, you don't really understand it. I want to simplify it in a way that you can understand. Imagine you in one of the over 50 countries in Africa right now. The hassle or the stress we go through to move money in Africa. And then I tell you that if you download an AfriEx app, aside from linking your direct bank account or your debit card to it, you can also have an e-wallet, an AfriEx e-wallet, where you can move money from Ghana to Uganda within a breeze. Or you can move money from South Africa to Lesotho within a breeze on the app. How does it sound? It sounds amazing, isn't it? That's what we're talking about. I know they haven't started a wallet version in Africa yet. You can only do from these 11 countries I talked about to these other countries I talked about in Africa, and they can pick up at the bank level, like go straight to their bank account. If you're in Ghana, you can even do the mobile money pickups as well if you prefer that option as well, right? But the wallet thing is for me revolutionary. And that is what I want. I want Africans to be able to move money wherever we want to. We want to be able to move money wherever we want to without stress. That is why I am so sold on this idea of AfriEx. That is why I'm actually on board AfriEx. And I'm not just pushing this to you because it's like, look, go try it. Their rate is competitive. When I say their rate is competitive, just check their rates today. Amazing rate. Download it. Download it and start feeling it right away. And if you're in the US or you're in Canada and you're trying to move money, I want you guys to go test it out. Test it up, test it, download the app, start sending money with it to your friends, and let me know what the experiences are. All right? By the way, if you're a new user of AfriEx and you're using AfriEx because of my video, you also get a one-time bonus. So if you send up to $50 on AfriEx as a new user, you can use my promo code CHOCO. My promo code CHOCO, all right? The spelling of CHOCO. Don't make no mistakes there, all right? No Chocomilo stuff there, right? Don't type Chocomilo. It's not going to work. You ain't going to get that money there, okay? CHOCO, CHORKOR. Enter it under the promo code section there, and boom, you're getting that one-time $15 there just because you sign up with AfriEx. And it doesn't end there. Now, you can also decide to put yourself in a position of earning more money by also sharing the referral link through your app with your friends in different countries that we just talked about right now. Now, if your friends download the app and they also begin using it and they send up to $150 or the equivalence of your currency, 150, say in your currency in Europe, right? You, the person who shared the referral link to them, you get $20 or the equivalent, 20 euros in your country, right? And then your friend who also downloads the app also gets the same amount of $20. So it's a win-win for everybody. You get $20, they also get $20, and everybody's smiling, right? Is that beautiful? I think it's amazing. This is AfriEx, proudly an African product to the world. This is AfriEx, truly Africa to the world. And for me, fintech or using technology to actually leverage the complex African market and the financial market and the difficulties there to create solutions like this is, for me, truly amazing and is worth celebrating. Thank you so much to the guys at AfriEx for making this possible. So that is AfriEx for you. Please download the AfriEx app and then send. Remember, you can send a maximum of $3,000 a day with AfriEx, a maximum of $3,000. For those who are also asking, is there any fee? As I mentioned earlier, if you send less than $10, there is a fee of $1, isn't it? All right. But if you send more than $10, there is no fee at all. There is no fee. How long does it also take? The guys at AfriEx makes me understand that it takes like within a breeze. The money gets deposited in the bank account or in the wallet of the person you are sending the money to. Now, if there is even delay at all, within 10 minutes, you should be able to get the money clear on the other side of the receiver, all right? Now, you may also be wondering, so if I download the app, what do I need a piece of ID? If I'm in Canada or US or Europe, or, do I need a piece of ID? You need a piece of ID, a government-issued ID, either from the country you are sending the money from. If you're in France, an ID from France, it could be your driver's license or your permit and whatever. Or if you don't have that, you can also use the country you are coming from, or the country of your nationality ID. So that could be your Ghanaian passport, your Nigerian passport, your Ghana passport, your Ethiopian passport. You can also use those IDs to also sign up. Now, how long does it take to actually get started if I use Afia? If I sign up today, how long does it take for the guys there to verify me and say, boom, you're ready to go ahead? Within 1 hour to 5 hours, you should actually get a feedback from them confirming that your registration is all done. On your phone, you get to go and you start sending money right away. Now, Choco, what about their rates? Is their rate one of the best? I just want you to go check it out. It's one of the conversations I had with the guys at Afia and said, look, guys, I don't just want to promote anything to my followers just because it's a product. If it is not one of the best rates out there, I'm not putting my name on it. And they told me, hey, guys, we can promise you, Choco, we're going to give you guys one of the best rates you can find in the market. So I want you to go check it out today. This weekend, you should be enjoying some amazing rates. And this is how it's going to be, actually. So in the season of love, in the month of February, when we're talking about love, this is the best time for you to actually use AfriEx to send money to your friend, getting the best of it, no hidden charges. They are not hiding anything behind the scene. This is for you. Go ahead and download AfriEx and start sending money right away. $3K a day. Go ahead and start sending. And remember, they will be adding a lot more countries there. And very soon, don't be surprised, you might even be able to send from Africa to other parts of the world with no stress. See what I mean? That's it there by way of AfriEx. God bless you guys at AfriEx. Now, let's talk about visitors visas to study permit. I've done a video on that. There is a question that somebody asked me. This question was actually sent directly to me, and I answered it. I sent a response to the person. The question is coming all the way from SA. Before I start talking about this, I like you guys to know, for those who are new and you don't know Choco Millionaire, I like to mention, this gentleman you're watching here, I am not an immigration consultant. I don't pretend to be one. I am not licensed to even deliver immigration products. Whatever I share is based on research that I do that you can also do on the immigration website. If you actually spend time, you can find all this information there. So I don't want you to misrepresent or think that this guy is an immigration expert or something like that. I'm not. All right. Whatever I share with you, please do your due diligence and also go on the website and check, or maybe book an appointment with an expert like an immigration lawyer or a licensed Canadian immigration consultant who is actually licensed to, help you understand things better. All right. So I want you to get this disclaimer out of the way just before we start. So I'm going to read a question that the gentleman asked me from South Africa. Good morning, my brother. If I have a visitor's visa, do I have to apply for a study permit in my home country, I believe South Africa, or will I get it at the port of entry after I produce my acceptance letter and other documents? I'm going to take the question again. Good morning, my brother. If I have a visitor's visa, do I have to apply for a study permit in my home country, or will I get it at the port of entry? The port of entry means the first airport to land in Canada. after I produced my acceptance letter and other documents. So I sent a long writing to the gentleman. Then I also posted it in some of my platforms on social media, but somebody posed a comment and said, Choco, I don't think you answered the question well. In fact, I had to go back and then look again at the person's response and say, the person might be right. I wrote a long response there, but it doesn't look like I really addressed the question of the person. So I'm going to do this in a video, all right? Sorry if I confused you with my response to that particular question if you read it, but I honestly think I did not address. So first of all, the person was asking if they have a visitor's visa, if they can actually acquire a study permit with it. And if so, do they have to do it from their home country, or they can easily come and arrive in a Canadian airport on the visitor's visa and then acquire or be given the study permit at the airport? That was a question. What I did was just to tell the person the difference between a visitor's visa and a study permit and what they both mean, but it doesn't really answer the person's question. I thought the person was also probably not clear. The person could have been saying that I want to change from a visitor's visa to a study permit. The way the person put it also kind of confused me a little bit. So anyway, I apologize for that confusion there. So here, guys, this is it. Can I change my visitor's visa? Let me drag this thing up. There is something here that I want to drag and make a little bit bigger. I'm hoping that it doesn't mess me up. Okay, bear with me, guys. Good. This is it. Can I change my visitor's visa to a study permit if I am inside Canada as a visitor per the Immigration Act, which is available on their website? Only some few people can do that if you are currently in Canada as a visitor. I say this again. I say per the information on their website, only certain kinds of people can change a visitor's visa to a study permit if they are currently inside Canada as visitors. Remember, there are visitors who are not yet in Canada. They have the visitor's visa, but they haven't arrived in Canada. And there are those who may have already arrived in Canada and they are living here now or visiting Canada as visitors. So the focus here is on those who are currently inside Canada. Now, for what you are seeing on the screen there, this is actually coming from somebody who actually tested it. The person arrived here as a visitor and then applied for a study permit because they secured an admission from a school. And unfortunately, they were refused. An explanation came. So I'd like you to read what is on the screen there. A foreign national may apply for a study permit after entering Canada if they are a temporary resident who have completed a course or a program of study that is a prerequisite to their enrolling at a designated learning institution. If the duration of their course or program of studies is 6 months or less and will be completed within the period for their stay authorized upon entry into Canada as per Resolution 188, Clause 1C, blah, blah, blah. What does this mean? It simply means that if you are a visitor visiting Canada and you have intentions of changing from a visitor to a study permit and you have not done a short course, which is considered a prerequisite course for your admission into a full-time program of 1 year, 2 years or more, unfortunately, you may not be able to apply or secure a study permit, I should say. You can apply, but they won't give it to you. They won't give it to you. Clearly, that's what he's saying there. Those of you who are experts and lawyers, immigration lawyers, you can actually help clarify. This is just my opinion. I try to interpret what is there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and probably show you another document from the same person who actually applied and was refused. All right. So let's take a look at that as well. All right, so this same person applied for a study permit. They were visiting Canada as visitors and they applied, but something happened. Actually, they were refused. So I'm going to read. I've decided to just screenshot this part and show it to you. The client entered Canada as a visitor on July 30th, 2022. That was last year. And was authorized to remain in Canada as a visitor. Client is requesting a study permit within Canada. Application and all subsequent documents submitted have been reviewed. Client submitted an LOA, which stands for Letter of Acceptance, from Seneca College, which is one of the colleges here in Ontario, dated September 17, 2022. LOA, which stands for Letter of Acceptance, states, and then the officer is quoting here, program of study is business analytics. Conditions of acceptance, no conditions. Notice the officer was able to actually point this out. He said the program the person is going to study at Seneca is business analytics. And then there are no conditions for the acceptance. But wait a minute, why is the officer actually highlighting this? Remember what we read earlier on? He said if you completed a short course, which is a requirement for you to be accepted into a full-time like this one, business analytics, then you could apply for the study permit as you are visiting Canada and you are already in Canada. So the officer actually highlighting this part that even though this person has a full-time admission for a business analytics program, I'm not able to find any conditions of the acceptance. That there is a condition like maybe do a short course or do this, that. There is no condition. It says clearly, it says there is no condition. You see that? All right. Now, let me go on and also show you another the continuation of this particular conversation there, all right? All right. Okay, I think it's the same one I am actually pulling here. So let me just, this is a live broadcast, so bear with me. If you watch this video later on, no offense, don't get, so let me, yeah, we're trying to get this done to educate our brothers and sisters there. All right, so this is a detail of it. There's a detail, okay? I'm hoping this is large enough for you guys to see it. Now, letter of acceptance does not indicate a prerequisite must be completed to being accepted in the business analytics program. The client did not provide any proof of a prerequisite was completed to being enrolled in the program. Bill, I say the grammar of the officer said, no, so that be correct for you like that. No problem. We don't go mark grammar. Officer, forgive me if you watch this video. Okay, all right. So the client did not provide any proof of prerequisite that was completed for being accepted or enrolled in the program. Paragraph 2, a foreign national may apply for a study permit after entering Canada if they are a temporary resident who have completed a course or program of study that is a prerequisite to their enrolling at a designated learning institution if the duration of the course of the program of studies is 6 months or less and will be completed within the period. I think I read that. That was the part I read earlier. Client's letter of acceptance does not appear to indicate that there are any conditions of acceptance. As such, the application is refused. And as per R215 clause 1, subsection F3, letter sent to client advising of decision. That was it. In short, my friend was refused the visa. He was surprised. Wow, I'm in Canada. I have a good bank statement. I've even made a deposit. Man, Charlie, my bank stuffs are all good, though. You see that? Some of you, this is actually the GCMS note. This is actually the GCMS. So somebody said it wasn't large enough. Let me know. Were you guys able to read it? If it's not large enough, I can actually bring it back one more time. All right? Let me know if it was not big enough. If it wasn't big enough, I'm going to try and then make it a little bit bigger. All right? Probably to even cover my face for you guys to see it better. All right? Letter of acceptance does not indicate a prerequisite must be completed to being accepted in the business analytics program. The client did not provide any proof of a prerequisite was completed to being enrolled in the program. Then I'm going to skip paragraph 2 because I read it earlier. Paragraph 3. Client's letter of acceptance does not appear to indicate that there are any conditions of acceptance. As such, the application is refused per R215, clause 1, F3. Letter sent to the client advising of decision and status. That is it right there, guys. I brought it back the second time. You see, I did a video but probably a month or two ago, telling you that if you're on a visitor's visa, don't just think it's a free ticket to just apply for a study permit. You will be refused. Only a few section of the visitor's visa holders are allowed to. There are some of you who can actually apply from inside of Canada as visitors, and you will, especially if you didn't even do a prerequisite. But otherwise, if you don't fall under the exemptions categories there, you should not be applying for. So basically the gentleman's question from South Africa is that I have a letter of acceptance, but I also have a visitor's visa. Can I just come to Canada and get at the port of entry a study permit? The answer is no. Why? Because your admission or your letter of acceptance that did not state that you completed a short course from that same school in order for you to be accepted. So therefore, the officer will not give it to you. Even if you go and you do a flagpole, you will still not get it. Why? What you have is a full-time admission with no prerequisite. And unfortunately, you are using a visitor's visa. You see, for this same person from South Africa, if they want to actually be applying for a study permit without having to go through the requirement of doing a prerequisite course, then they ought to have applied when they were outside of Canada, in South Africa. Yes, so if you have your visitor's visa and you apply for a study permit with your admission before you are landed in Canada, then you don't need to do the prerequisite. You are basically applying just like any other person. Maybe your visitor's visa that you already have secured may make it easier for the officer to kind of just put you in a favorable review. I'm not saying they will do that, but you ought to be applying from outside Canada before you land in. If you are going to be landing in, then you need to do the prerequisite. If you are going to be landing in and you don't want to do the prerequisite, then you ought to fall under the general categories of persons who are exempted from needing to do a short course or something like that. And who are these people? Let me use that opportunity to also read to you what I found on the IRCC website as the list of people who are exempted, all right? So I have it right here with me. As you can see on the screen, I want to actually show it to you for you guys to see. Only some people can apply for a study permit from inside Canada. Do any of these situations below describe you or the person you are applying for? You are currently in Canada, all right? Number one, you are currently in Canada, and one of these applies to you. One, you are a Ukrainian national or a family member of a Ukrainian national. Are you a Ukrainian national? Then you probably don't need to do the prerequisite. See what I mean? If you're a Ukrainian national or a family member of a Ukrainian national. Number two, you have a valid study or work permit. Here, a Canadian study or work permit. Do you have it? You don't have it, so you are not eligible then, isn't it? Number three, your spouse or your common law partner or your parents have a valid study or work permit. Do you have a spouse here in Canada who has a study permit? Do you have a partner who has a study permit, or your parents who has a valid, study or work permit in Canada? If yes, then you could actually apply. So you have a spouse here, or your parents are currently in Canada and they have the documents, then you are the type who can actually go and apply and they'll give it to you just because of the status of your parents in Canada. Or you are a minor child in a primary, secondary school. If you are a minor, you are below the age of, you are a minor. You know who a minor is. I won't explain that. If you are a minor, you are not an adult, you are a minor, then you don't need to go through these requirements here. It says clearly here, if you are a minor, right here, if you are a minor child in primary or secondary school, then you don't need that. You don't need to go through the prerequisite program thing because you fall under the general categories of exemptions. Then the next one, if you are an exchange student or visiting student, there are some people who come here in Canada as exchange students. They may also have a visitor's visa or whatever, and then they want to apply. These people are part of the exemption group. Exemption here means they will not need that. They can apply. Basically, they can apply for the study permit. That's what it's saying here. You or your spouse. The next one says that you completed a short course. Look at the one that is in bracket. You completed a short-term course or a study program required to be accepted at a DLI. Basically, that is what the officer actually used to make the decision. That this person's program, Business Analytics at Seneca College, did not come with a prerequisite course requirement. Then it goes on, you or your spouse or common law partner or dependent child has a temporary resident permit valid for 6 months or more. And then the very last one, you are being sponsored to immigrate and you are already applied for a permanent residence. So let's say me in Canada, I am sponsoring my wife and she's visiting in Canada on a visitor's visa, but I'm sponsoring her for what? Sponsoring her maybe for permanent residency. And she's currently here in Canada visiting me. Well, by the virtue of the fact that I'm sponsoring her, we have an application in the system. She can apply for a study permit. In fact, if you've been monitoring the immigration rules, if you have put in an application for your partner for permanent residency, and your partner is currently in Canada, you can apply for even a work permit for your partner. So you see, these are the people with this exemption. That is why I said at the beginning, only some people can apply. So if you have not met any of these requirements here and you say, oh, I have a visitor's visa, I'm coming to Canada just my friend, you are wasting your time. First of all, you only put in that application, woe unto you if they don't make the decision late. If the decision takes 3, 4, 5 months, then before you realize the refusal will come, it'll be depression where you will get. I know that you guys no go watch the video because if you talk say Choco in video, the thing it be long. You no go watch it. This is the third video I'm doing on this topic. Don't be so. Now, I've also interviewed a lady who came here on a visitor's visa, who I was privileged to actually host in our house and blah, 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 and a few things there. And we actually use this same general information to help her out, right? Yes, the small contact we get with some schools. We just connected with some schools that I know who, and it's not every school that actually have this prerequisite program, to be honest with you. Some schools don't have it. You'll be chasing, you wouldn't even find some of them there, right? So the little contact that I have there with some schools that I know, we quickly put this lady through one of the schools that I know of. Boom, within 1 month or so, the lady was already done with a prerequisite thing, And after that, we put a visa application for the study permit. The father was a sponsor from home. The father from Nigeria was a sponsor. Boom. Within 3 weeks, study permit was approved. Change. Do you see it? I took time to explain this using my layman's understanding of interpreting this. I'm hoping that you also do your own research. Remember, if you go and you apply for a visitor's visa without having a spouse here who is on a very good immigration status, or without having a parent here, or without being a minor, without being a Ukrainian, without being a exchange student, blah, 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 it be refusal where you go chop. If you go to the border, say they go do flagpole, it be refusal where you go chop. And when you chop the refusal, you get depression. And when you get depression, you say this Canada. I said it in a video, but I know you won't watch it. You see what I mean? Big ups to you if you watch this video all the way to this point. And go download AfriEx, use Choco Millionaire as the promo code and get your one-time $15 there. And don't remember, when you use it and you like it, share the referral link from your app to other people as well. And then you get a $20. If they get to use it, they also get $20 from your same referral link. You get $20, they also get $20. So win-win situation. Everybody's happy. So long as they sign up to $150. Remember, AfriEx is a revolution. And I am supporting AfriEx because it is proudly Africa to the world. And we are here to support Africa. Thank you. If you like this video, hit the like button. Make sure you drop your comments as well. Hey, make I do my hand well before somebody will talk the insult. All right. You know what I mean? Use your thumb up. Give this video a thumb up if you like it so that I can produce more and more of these videos. Subscribe if you like my video. Follow me as well wherever you are. And share this video with your friends to save people. This is free information. This is not a communication consultation. Free information. Go do your research and act upon it. You know what I mean there? All right. Right now, I've also, some of you have reached out to me and said, Choco, Charlie, I want to change from visitor visa to study permit. How? Make sure you have the proof of funds. So, because the fact that you are in Canada on a visitor visa does not mean you will not need a proof of funds when you're applying for a study permit. The proof of funds requirements apply to you the same way. You know what I mean? So you still need that big proof of funds at some point if you apply for the study permit. If you feel the study route is where you want to go with your visitor's visa and you are here and you have the money to finance your education here, say 1 year school fees plus your proof of funds for another 1 year, which is $20,635, and you have the resources and you reach out and I know you are serious, I will link you to some of the schools that I know that can sort you out nicely. You know what I mean? I will link you. Only serious people are going to link you. No serious people. Those of you who don't get money, where they want school, no. I know they waste time, so you can't even waste my time. See what I mean? God bless you. Have a good day.